Alright, so. Oh, people are already requesting to get let up. Oh my god. I knew it.
No, it's the chaos is not happening today. It's not.
We're
we
not letting
we
it
have
happen this time.
refused it.
Bestie, I swear, if you say anything today, I'm going to. You're allowed to talk, but like you know what I
We
mean.
can't have it today. It's not a thing.
Okay, so basically, I'm gonna start. Oh my. All right.
Stop.
Okay, so basically,
Please.
today we're gonna be talking about food and how food is very pog, and and what's the best foods.
You've already
and then
failed this.
And then at the end, we're gonna have you guys vote on what
What?
the best foods are. All right.
Oh,
So make sure you're there for that, cause whichever food wins, I'm gonna I don't even know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna order it to our top member or something. All right. So, no, I don't think cats are the best food.
Hey yo.
Bestie, I'm sorry, but they're not. I know you might think so, but like, all right. Anyway, so I'm gonna start real basic. All right, and I'm sorry if you guys get like pissed at me for telling you the definition of food. I'm sorry.
No,
okay?
let it happen.
But I'm gonna tell
let it
you,
happen.
there's actually two definitions of food apparently. Food is an acronym for some reason, and then also it's got a definition. All right. So yeah, I'm basically just gonna start with telling you guys everything there is to know about food, and I'm not gonna spend too long on that. You don't know what an acronym is, alright, whatever. You Google it. Okay, so food is a noun. It's spelled F-O-O-D.
Oh God.
And it means
No.
any nutritious substance that people or animals eat or drink that plants absorb in order to maintain life and growth. Isn't that very pog? Isn't that very pog? Okay, so. And then there's also, we found this weird acronym on the internet that for some reason.
It's so good.
Yeah,
It's
I don't know
so
why,
good.
but there's this weird acronym for it on the internet, and the acronym for food is Functional Object Oriented Design. I don't know what the heck that's supposed to mean, but that's what apparently like a good amount of people call it
Okay.
that.
Will, I'm gonna have to interrupt you. I received a very important DM that Eli is on Bestie's account.
Oh. Okay.
So,
Wait, is that real?
probably?
Okay. I'm gonna let you up for half a second, and if you're not Eli, then I'm gonna kick you out. You got it? Alright, hello?
To me, it's good. I think.
Alright, it's Eli. We're good.
Do they
Alright.
believe me?
That is so scuffed. Okay.
Don't worry, guys. I'm here. I'm here in spirit. Guys, I'm here. Eli, live from the Meyer Park with my friend here, Maestro.
Alright.
Here, Maestro.
Oh. What?
I'd just like to say, thank you everybody for joining the podcast. Shut up. How do I?
What? Oh God.
Alright. That
Well-
was very good. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope
quality
you guys
entertainment.
enjoyed that. Yes. Alright.
That's the podcast. Thank you all for coming.
Yep, alright. No, I'm kidding. Don't leave, please. I'm so desperate. Please. Anyway. So you guys went to school. You know. Alright, you know the stuff. Alright. The food groups. Your school, I guarantee you, they always went on and on about the food groups. And I'm gonna repeat it one last time, and I really do hope that this is the last time you hear about food groups in your life, because it's so boring. But I'm gonna say it just for maybe one person here that doesn't know what food groups are. And it's basically just the 5 food groups are just like vegetables, protein, fruits, grains, and dairy. And it's basically just like all the types of food that you need to live healthily for your whole life. And yeah.
How do you guys not know what food groups are?
Wait, you guys don't know what food groups are? Really? Wait, is that real? You guys don't. Alright. Well, apparently some of you don't know what food groups are, which is interesting. But, yep, those are the food groups: vegetables, protein, fruits, grains, and dairy. And then, yeah, we're basically just gonna start out with some budget. Like, basically, alright, so we have a top 10 list here of, like, the healthiest food. Like, if you ate just these 10 foods, then you could probably live your whole life. So, yeah. And then we're gonna go over some more things, like what's the best junk food, what's the best food if you're freaking broke and you have no money at all, and then what's the best food if you're like a middle-class citizen or whatever. And then we're gonna have you guys chime in and say what your guys' best foods are, or what your guys' favorite. Yep. Alright, so we're gonna start out with the healthiest foods, and you could eat these forever. And then, so there's beans, yogurt, beef liver, for some reason, is one of the most healthy foods just on this earth. Beef liver, I don't know why, but it is. And then salmon, and I swear, guys, don't bully me, but mushrooms
Yum.
are the
They're so good.
healthiest.
I actually just ate some.
And you're not. Yeah, mushrooms are great. And we're not talking about the mushrooms that you might think I'm
They're
talking about, right?
good.
We're
What do you
talking about
mean?
normal mushrooms.
Yeah. I mean, obviously they were cooked, but like.
Also, swearing is allowed. You just can't say, like, bad stuff. You know?
Wow.
You know, yeah, very epic. Alright, anyway. And then, for some reason, lobster is, like, a really good. I don't know why. But lobster is, like, really healthy. And then soybeans, oysters, spinach, and pork. And I'm honestly not sure that pork is really that good for your health, but it's on the list. The pork industry probably paid like $1 billion for that, but, you know, whatever. And then the best junk foods. Now, you guys can interrupt me and tell me what actually is the best junk foods, but, like, the best junk foods that I have, and this is what I came up with in 5 minutes, but I'm sure you guys. Yes, mac and cheese. See, that wasn't even on my list. Mac and cheese is good.
No.
Alright, but before you guys tell me that I'm wrong, before I've even said my list,
You're
I'm gonna
wrong.
Say, I'm gonna,
You're wrong.
Shut up. Alright. So the best junk foods are pizza. I mean, come on, you guys agree with that, right? Pizza is good.
Hey, Will, before you continue, mac and cheese is not
God.
the best junk food, just had to tell you that.
I didn't say it's the best junk food ever, I just said it's good. But yeah, mac and cheese, I mean, it's alright. It's
No,
alright.
mac and cheese is disgusting.
Alright, I don't want to hear about it, alright? And then pizza, burgers, obviously burgers are good. Who doesn't like burgers? Who here
In-N-Out.
doesn't like burgers? You don't. Toasty, what's wrong with you, man? Toasty, what happened to you?
Obviously hasn't
Not
had
barbecue
In-N-Out.
ones? No, I'm talking about like fast food
What?
burgers. I said junk food.
Homemade. What?
Alright, anyway. So burgers, and some of the best burger places are In-N-Out.
In-N-Out.
Yeah.
Let's go.
In-N-Out is the #1 ranked on the internet. And that's because their burgers are just top tier, alright? And then Sonic Double Bacon Cheeseburger is #2
Oh,
because
no.
people really like that
No.
one. Yes, Sonic Double Bacon Cheeseburger is like really high up on the
Suggested
list.
by one of our staff members who ate it every other day.
Yep. And then
Yep.
and then just the regular Burger King Whopper, I think, is really underrated. Oh my gosh, he's finally online. Jeez. Alright, so. Let's see. Anything else? Okay, now it's time for you guys. Now it's time for you guys to tell me. What did I miss? Alright? In-N-Out and burgers and pizza. I said pizza and burgers. That's it. That's all I said is pizza and burgers. I know you guys know more junk food. That's good. I already said Sonic.
I want people to
Brownies.
have some
Yes.
kind. What?
Brownies.
Oh, God.
Very good.
I want people to argue about, well, not necessarily argue, but have a informal conversation about what the best pizza place is.
Yeah.
Because no one agrees with me, but Little Caesars is the best.
No, Papa Murphy's.
Oh, God.
Just don't. Just don't. You need
Oh
to
my
say
God,
something
Swag is
important
here.
to everyone. Swag is here. Really?
In the
Okay.
audience, do you not see?
Okay, Swag. Welcome. Welcome, Swag. Are you gonna be speaking today? Is he even online? Why can't I? Alright. Anyways. So.
Yeah, sorry. Eating. I'll be there in a second.
Bro. Okay, very pog. So. So, in case you guys didn't know, Swag was supposed to be here the whole time for this. So, yeah. He's here now.
A lot of people were. And guess what? They all left.
Alright, so since you guys apparently have no more things that are junk food that you like no more. Like apparently chicken nuggets you guys don't care about or anything like that. So I'm just gonna move on now. If you guys really
No,
have
Pat
nothing to say.
wants you to wait.
Wait, what? No, ramen's
Yeah, ramen,
later.
ramen is good.
Ramen is
Ramen
later
is
on this
good.
list. Alright, don't worry about that. Ready for this? What?
Hold on. We have more to the list. Oh, God.
Pat, please.
Sorry, I didn't really study it.
Okay, chicken nuggets.
Oh, I see it. Okay.
What's the best food ever, Pat? Oh my god. KFC chicken, that's good. But Pat, what are you gonna say? Rice. Rice is not really junk food, it's kinda healthy. Peaches.
Sushi
That's not
and
junk
rice?
food either. It's not junk food, that's just good food in general, and we'll get to that. We're having you guys vote on what the best regular food is soon. Yeah, Doritos. Doritos is another thing. Alright, so. Good food for a budget. I'm gonna move on to that now. So, this is kind of Amber's domain. So I'll let her go ahead on this one.
Oh, yes, please. Okay, hold on. I need to go back. All right. We got the best food for a budget. Like I said, it's how to not go into debt when getting food. First of all, top of the list, ramen, obviously. Then we have all candy. I don't know who put that there because it's not really true. No one's gonna eat candy for a meal. I mean, unless you're 10.
Let's move
which
that up to junk
wouldn't
food.
surprise
Just
me.
pretty much every candy is good. But yeah. And then
we got
chips
chips,
should
but
also be moved up to junk food.
Yeah, true. But the best thing on here, other than ramen, is the McDonald's breakfast sandwich.
Hey, you can
Which
include
you
more
spelt
things that
wrong.
aren't on the list.
You
don't
spelled
care.
sandwich
I
wrong,
don't
by the way. You put it like a sand and a witch. Okay. Sorry, it's bothering
Yes,
me.
egg
We got popcorn.
McMuffin. Yes. See, that's what I was trying to go for.
Egg McMuffin.
And then
Oh God, my eyes.
alright, and then feel free to add other things. Because I'm sure I'm missing budget food, alright?
We got oatmeal. That's pretty cheap.
Yeah. And then cereal, obviously. Right.
Yeah, but like it depends on what you get. Because if you actually got the good kind, it's not really on a budget.
No.
Berries and
It's worth
cream.
it. It's like 50 cents a meal, even if it's pretty expensive. So,
Yeah, but like you're not getting it for 50 cents. You're getting a whole box.
yeah, I'm saying like the box split up into meals is like 50 cents per meal. If
Are
you pay
you
like
gonna
a whole
eat-
$5 for a box.
Are you gonna eat cereal for every meal? No,
No,
I don't
for
think
every
so.
breakfast for like 2 weeks, that kind of thing.
You're
You get
psycho.
ramen for dinner, cereal for breakfast, or maybe egg McMuffin. And then for lunch, you get like, I don't even know, you eat from a dumpster.
Why would you do that?
I was joking.
Oh,
Because some people
Oh,
are
God.
crackheads. Also, I have something to say. You said you don't eat cereal 24/7. You're wrong. Some people just grab the box of cereal and while they're gaming or watching YouTube, they just reach their hand in and eat the cereal. I don't think that's just a me thing.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
telling you.
that's a lot of people are like that. I have to say.
Yeah, I do. I actually do that sometimes. Not gonna lie. Oh, I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh, the cheapest meal is the meal that you find in trash cans.
Yep. But
Have
would
you
not
ever eaten out of a
recommend.
trash can?
No, I haven't.
Cause I have.
Really?
I wouldn't really recommend it, but it you can find almost any type of food in a trash can.
Dang.
Go to the back of Walmart or any type of restaurant. They have this massive trash can that they throw all their waste in. You
Yeah.
could live there.
Also, Pat, get Connor in here. Alright. Ramen is healthy.
It depends on how you make it.
Yeah, it depends on a lot of factors. Like the really cheap 25-cent ramen, I'm not sure if that's anything more than just like just filler food.
Vegan ramen is pretty good.
Okay.
Miso soup is
And then
also pretty good,
if we
but like
were,
I would
like-
say it's cheap.
If we were on crack, we'd do like keto and vegan foods, like the best of all those. But no. I don't think there's a single vegan or keto in the chat right now, so I'm not even gonna bother.
No, there's a diabetic though,
Oh, well,
and I'm sure there's a few lactose intolerant people, but none of us care, right? Yeah.
can you join back? Sure.
No, I'm not. What? I didn't do anything.
Alright. Wait, who has some server muted?
Oh. I thought you were yelling at me for something I said. No.
Wait, why is he, muted? Why is he
Yes,
server
I know it's
muted?
at 8%. And it takes a lot of effort to grab a charger, though.
Okay. So, welcome, Swag. Glad to see you could make it.
Welcome.
Thanks for having me. I'm sorry about the delay. I had to fight a penguin with a icicle.
Wow. Thank you for telling us that.
Yeah,
I know, very believable story too.
I believe it. I don't know
Yeah.
who wouldn't.
Also, in case any of you in this chat have any friends that are missing out on this right now, I'm just saying, they are missing out. And you should invite
Yeah, they should join up. This is a once in a lifetime opportunity.
Yeah, you can make serious bank listening to our tips from teenagers. Right?
Yeah. You
Anyway,
can
Yeah,
save
teen-
up to $1,000 a week.
yes, up to $10,000 per second you could save just by listening to this.
We're not responsible or liable for heart attacks.
Listen to our podcast while you sleep, and you automatically save money.
Yes. Yes.
Also, my voice will then be embedded in your nightmares forever.
Yep. That's one of the benefits.
Of course.
Okay, so now we're gonna get to we're actually basically kind of near the end of the podcast by now, which is kind of sad.
Yeah, it's a
That
podcast
Swag
about
just
food.
got
There's not
here.
really much to say. Thank Eli for that.
Yeah. But
For a food podcast that's Eli's doing.
Yeah, I suggested a women's
Also-
podcast. Like,
yeah,
I could fuck with a woman's podcast. That would be cool.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely something that I'll consider. I mean,
yeah.
I said that if we got 30 votes for it, then I'd do it. And so far, we've gotten like 10. But once it reaches 30, I'll do it. Anyway, so
Everyone go for it.
So food, that's like for kind of a mid-price point. And honestly, I put ice cream in here. And to be honest, like, it really, yeah, it should have probably been in junk food. But the reason why I put ice cream in the mid-price section is because ice cream is really, I don't know. I feel like the best ice cream is almost the expensive kind. And normally that's not true. Like Burger King can be better than most like fancy restaurants for me. But like ice cream, the more expensive it gets, the better it is, in my opinion.
Well, yeah, but you also have to understand there's a very wide variety of different kinds of ice cream that you can get for a certain price point. So to really understand that, you first have to go back to the ancient Romans. No, not really.
Oh God!
Oh,
God,
no.
What I was gonna say
Talking
is
about
you
ice
can.
cream. You don't have to go back to ancient Rome.
Well, what I was saying is you can get a Ben and Jerry's for $10 for a pint, right? But at less than that, you can also get Umpqua or Tillamook for, Tillamook's probably gonna run you like $8 a pint, $8 for a big thing. But you know what I'm saying? It's like, sure, Ben and Jerry's is higher quality, but it's less quantity and it costs more.
Yeah.
So at that same point, you can get it for different. Yeah. So I think that's actually kind of a good pick.
And then, okay, I'm just gonna go into like sugary things and desserts. This wasn't really planned, but obviously it needs to be a thing. Milkshakes, cookies.
He'll be
Ice
on in
cream.
6 minutes.
Okay. Milkshakes, cookies, ice cream. Also, don't question what Pat said, alright? Just don't question who he is or what's happening in 6 minutes. Don't question it. And yeah, so ice cream, pretty much every like a lot of candy is good. Like at least 60% of. I mean, there are a lot of like obscure bad candy brands, but like, yeah. I mean, candy's good in general. Like especially the most popular Western candies are really good. So we have like candy, ice cream, Kit Kats, yes, like all the chocolate bars. Dark chocolate is kind of subjective whether people like it or not. But let's see. And do you guys have any more candies or like sugary things that you like? Cake is also a thing. Donuts, all that. The works. You know what I mean?
Of course, I was gonna say something, but I lost it. To be honest.
Yeah, and then there's like just kind of general food that's good that doesn't really go under any of our categories. It's like snack bars, like not chocolate bars, but like oat bars and that kind of thing. And then like all berries, like strawberries, blueberries, raspberries, all of the works. And then just all fruit in general. I mean, there are some fruits that are not good, but fruit is generally pretty good. And then like gum. I guess that doesn't even really count as food, but yeah.
Yeah. Well, what I was gonna say is my my sister is actually a nutrition major, so she'd probably have a lot to say about this. But one of the things that she mentions is she always had a lot of issues with overeating. I think a lot of us have, but on that same note, she says that the real challenge for anyone trying to eat anything is to eat something that you can eat over and over again, but won't negatively impact your health. And that's the real struggle of of eating food, creating food, is finding that balance between being able to eat a lot of it, but still being, healthy.
Yeah.
And I really think that's something that we're as a society getting better at addressing, in this moment.
Yeah, I mean, America is really not doing well. I mean, we're improving, but depending on your political opinions, that can change. And we really don't want to get into politics on this podcast. Please.
Yeah, not this podcast. You want to join my R18 illegal podcast? That's, go to hotdaddytony@hotmail.com. Hit me up. I'll hit you up anyway.
I would not recommend hitting him up there. Anyway, we're not going to go into that, but basically, half of Americans are obese, and it's a very big problem in the United States of obesity.
Well, I think they say that hard numbers are they can count at least 32.5% being obese, but 50% are at risk of being obese within the next couple of years.
Yeah.
But on that same note, the government has been putting more spending into promoting, more healthy kind of foods, and also with Michelle Obama's, kick to make school lunches more healthy and stuff. It's helping, but
yeah, and
it's still, very black and white.
Yeah. So now that we're basically through all that, we're just gonna go to in general, all-encompassing category, right? What is the best foods, period? We're not doing budget, junk, sugary, anything like that. Just think of a food. What's your favorite food? What's all your guys' favorite foods?
Well, Will, can I say something first?
Yeah, sure.
So, salmon is a favorite of mine, but it's one of those meats that is typically always going to be good for you, because salmon, on top of providing you with necessary nutrients and proteins to build muscles, it also it really does. It has omega-3 fatty acids that actually promote muscle growth. For example, when I tore my ACL over the summer, which don't do that, by the way. It was very, very painful.
Wait, can you clarify what is ACL for people that might not know?
Oh, the ACL it's a ligament that basically connects your knee to the rest of your leg, and it allows for lateral movement. The ACL is a tissue that connects the thigh bone to the shin bone at the knee, and most ACL injuries occur during sports like basketball, soccer, football, skiing, tennis. I happened to tear mine while I was playing football. But when I was doing that, my doctor actually told me to eat salmon because and other fish that have that kind of acid, because it actually helped build muscle around my my torn ligament to help to basically kind of when you the muscles around there start to heal, it actually promotes healing in the ACL too, and it basically lets the ACL take some slack off of that. So it's good for for healing after injuries like that. I've heard some other stories about stuff like that too. And so now my favorite food is probably salmon. It's very good for you. That's my point.
Yeah. And yeah, so salmon is a favorite of his. A lot of people like seafood. And I mean, I'm not that big of a personal fan of seafood, but
yeah,
salmon is still good. Yeah. I mean, food in general is just very subjective. That's why I'm asking the chat what you guys think. Like Pat, Deezy, what do you guys think? What is good food? What is the best? Toasty, you love all types of food? Yeah, but I know you've got a favorite. I know there's something that's better than everything else. Sushi. Oh yeah, sushi is really solid. Rice,
Oh, dude.
ramen. Yeah, sushi is a really solid choice.
You know, when I went to Japan, it's kind of weird because we have a very specific kind of sushi here, but in Japan they typically kind of actually eat it the other way. The fish is on the outside, the rice is on the inside. It's not really eaten the way we expect it here.
Interesting. Yeah, and obviously across all different cultures and in all different countries and states and all across the world, there's going to be a lot of different food tastes, and it's just very subjective. Even in a closely knit community, what people consider their favorite foods varies from person to person, and that's just a part of life. So that's why we want to ask. We want to kind of get a list of at least what the Clean Audio Podcast listeners think is good food.
Kimchi is awesome. I like kimchi too.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. I mean, often the top foods are shared by a lot of people, but it is still very subjective. And then bagels, yeah, with egg in the middle. Yeah. And then, yeah. And then I don't know if you guys have heard of this, but I'm like a really big Olive Garden fan. And I like all their pasta and all their soup and everything, and I go there all the time. Olive Garden is just really good to me.
I will say I'm not a huge fan of Olive Garden, but their breadsticks are, I like their breadsticks. They're buttered to the right amount.
Spent $800. Toasty, have you spent $800 at Olive Garden?
All right, Toasty, I'd recommend talking to a psychiatrist if that's really the case.
Yeah,
that's a bit reckless spending. You might be at risk for borderline personality disorder or something. So I talked to the therapist.
Oh yeah, by the way, that's not. He's not trying to recommend anything. Obviously, just to clarify.
Yeah, of course, we are not liable for any reckless spending or cardiac arrest that you might encounter.
Yeah,
just please keep
if
that
you
in
have
mind.
a heart attack while listening to our podcast, it's not our fault, all right? Please. All right.
Exactly.
We are not liable for any injuries to any organ of your body after this podcast.
or at any time. Yeah. So
I just remembered what the best junk food is.
what do you think?
If you make brownies, but instead of using water, you use bleach. Oh my gosh, it's so good.
Dude,
And on top of that, it cures COVID. It cures COVID, and bleach is the
Eating
cure
bleach
to COVID.
Imagine not eating bleach in 20.
All right. So if you guys didn't know, if you're a server booster, that means you can pop in for little chunks of the podcast. So if you have something that you want to tell our listeners, then you can just do that if you're a server booster. So
Except
yeah.
it can't be the N-word. We've had too many problems with that.
Yeah, it can't, it obviously can't break the rules, and you're limited to 5 or 10 seconds, just a kind of little interjection, and then it's a 5-minute cooldown or something. And we understand if you don't have money, but if you go into the info chat, there's a long list of very compelling perks on why you should boost the server, like immunity to a bunch of our rules. You spent it all, yeah, and being able to pop into the podcast whenever you want, and all that. So, if you want to, that's just a reason. And then, yeah, obviously, brownies with bleach instead of water. Solid choice. We're not liable for any injury. Yeah, we're not actually condoning that, just by the way. And all right.
Yeah, I would suggest getting the server booster perks. That's great value for what you're getting. And this is probably the best Discord server I've ever been a part of. So I just gotta say that i5's doing his part, so I think that you should do your part. Get the server, boost the server.
Yeah. And obviously we're gonna say that on our own podcast, but you guys understand, right? And
But it's not selling out if it's your own server.
Yep. Okay. So if you guys have anything to say before we, we're gonna pull Mr. Cheez-It and Pat up here for 30 seconds at the end of this. But if you guys have any foods that you really like to let us know about, then yeah. Oh yeah, the vote. So, put down like the top 5 best favorite foods, and I'll make a poll in this chat, and you guys can vote on which is the best. All right. So each person listening right now, put your favorite food in the chat, and it will
Does
be on the
bleach
poll.
count as food? Does bleach count as food?
More
You
of
know
a
what?
drink.
You know what?
I mean,
Yes, you can put that.
It does cure COVID, so you know.
All right, sushi. Sushi is one of them. Bleach is another. Okay, so
Oh yeah, I love Bleach. Ichigo is the best, man. That
okay,
fight scene.
Mr. Cheez-It
awesome.
voted Bleach. Pat voted sushi. What do you think, Toasty? What's your toast? Is that your favorite food? Toast?
That is a coming home story.
Yes.
said it
Coming
backwards.
home one.
You said it backwards. You said that I voted Bleach and Pat voted Sushi.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's cool.
Oh man, I'm really glad that Nikado Avocado isn't on this podcast. He would have a couple choice words to say.
Okay, Amber. What do you think is a food?
Food.
Okay. Amber votes food.
No. No, the best food is food.
Okay. Yep. Okay. Yep. Does
Do you
anyone
agree?
else have anything to
Do you
say?
agree?
I agree. Yep. And
Okay.
I5 is Poggers. I think your name was like, I'm not even sure what your spooky Kara plays, right? What would you say? What would you what would you say is your favorite food? Biscuit. No, you already voted. Squishy. Sushi. Okay, so you both think. Okay, I'm gonna put the poll now. There it is. There it is.
All right, my phone is at 1%, so I must go. But just remember, eat food and you're all hot.
Ah, isn't that wonderful?
Yeah, I don't need nobody to tell me.
I'll be taking her spot.
Yeah, I'll also be taking your spot.
All right, so vote for what you think is best. Yep. We're basically going to be ending now. All right, I'm going to leave you guys off with our server boosters. I hope you guys enjoyed. Smash like, subscribe, and
Imagine begging for subscriptions.
Imagine.
All right.
What a... Oh my gosh, guys. If you don't subscribe within the next 5 seconds,
A spider will crawl on your face while you're
under your bed.
sleeping.
Blue
Welcome back to
chicken.
Top
You don't
5 Central.